Naram chaiva narottamam Devim saraswatim vyasam Tato jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu rudreshu Nityam bhagavata sevaya Bhagavati uttama shloke Bhaktir bhavati naistiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 3, Text number 26. Okay? Avatara hi asankheya Hare sattva nidhe dvija Yatha vidashinaha kulyaha Sarasaha syu sahasrasaha Avatara hi asankheya Hare sattva nidhe dvija Yatha vidashinaha kulya Sarasaha syu sahasrashaha Avatara hi asankheya Hare sattva nidhe dvija Yatha vidashinaha kulyaha Sarasaha syu sahasrashaha
Avatara hi asankheya Hare sattva nidhe dvija Yatha vidasina kulya Sarasa syu sahasrashaha
Avatara hi asankheya Hare sattva nidhe dvija Yatha vidasina kulya Sarasa syu sahasrashaha
Avatara hi asankheya Hare sattva nidhe dvija Yatha vidasina kulya Sarasa syu sahasrashaha.
Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Vikrant Swami Srila Prabhupada. O Brahmanas, the incarnations of the Lord are innumerable, like rivulets flowing from inexhaustible sources of water. The list of incarnations of the personality of Godhead given herein is not complete. It is only a partial view of all the incarnations. There are many others such as Sri Haigriva, Hari, Hamsa, Krishnagarbha, Vibhu, Satyasena, Vaikuntha, Sarvabhauma, Vishwakshena, Dharmashetu, Sudharma, Yogeshwara, Brahadbanu, and others of the bygone ages. Shri Prahlad Maharaj said in his prayer, "My Lord, you manifest as many incarnations as there are species of life, namely the aquatics, the vegetables, the reptiles, the birds, the beasts, the men, demigods, etc., just for the maintenance of the faithful and the annihilation of the unfaithful. You advent yourself in this way in accordance with the necessity of the different yugas. In the Kali Yuga, you have incarnated God as a devotee. This incarnation of the Lord in the Kali Yuga is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There are many other places, both in the Bhagavatam and in other scriptures, in which the incarnation of the Lord as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is explicitly mentioned. In the Brahma Samhita also it is said indirectly that although there are many incarnations of the Lord, such as Rama, Nrsimha, Varaha, Matsya, Kurma and many others, the Lord himself sometimes incarnates himself in person. Lord Krishna and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are not therefore incarnations, but the original source of all other incarnations. This will be clearly explained in the next shloka. So the Lord is the inexhaustible source for innumerable incarnations, which are not always mentioned. But such incarnations are distinguished by specific extraordinary feasts, which are impossible to be performed by any living being. That is the general test to identify an incarnation of the Lord, directly and indirectly empowered. Some incarnations mentioned above are almost plenary portions. For instance, the Kumaras are empowered with transcendental knowledge. Sri Narada is empowered with devotional service. Maharaj Prithu is an empowered incarnation with executive function. The Matsya incarnation is directly a plenary portion. So the innumerable incarnations of the Lord are manifested all over the universes constantly, without cessation, as water flows constantly for waterfalls. Rishayo Manavo, next verse. Rishayo Manavo Deva Manuputra Mahaujasaha Kalaha Sarve Hare Deva Saprajapatya Smrutaha. All the rishis, manus, demigods and descendants of Manu, who are especially powerful, are plenary portions or portions of the plenary portions of the Lord. This also includes the Prajapatis. Those who are comparatively less powerful are called Vibhuti, and those who are comparatively more powerful are called Avesha incarnations. Om Ajnana Timrandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurmudhyamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Tadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Bhagavatam Shri Guru Vaishnavascha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Ratnakatam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Shakam Samsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Neenabandhu Jagatpati Gopesha Vikrahanta Radha Namaste Taptakanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Navindye Vanshakalpatarusvesha Kripasindhu Yevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. So, this is a mystery for many people, why the Lord should take incarnation. So Prabhupada asked, why not? So, there are so many innumerable incarnations. Prabhupada, Mahaprabhu says in the Chaitanya Charitamrita that just like you cannot count the waves in the ocean, in the same way you cannot count the number of incarnations that Lord takes place. Lord takes. Just like innumerable, right? So here in this chapter, around 25 incarnations are enumerated. And Jayadeva Goswami, he actually, this Dashavatar thing is not there in the scriptures. Jayadeva Goswami, he compiled a stotram, bhajan, Dashavatar stotram. So there he mentioned 10 most important incarnations. But here we have studied 25 incarnations. Then second kind of Bhagavatam also, Sukadeva Goswami narrates some, I think 25 or 26 incarnations, like that. Because you will be amazed to know that our brains are so small that we cannot even understand 700 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita. Right? How many of you know at least 10 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita? 10 shlokas? How many shlokas you know? Huh?
How many shlokas you know?
10, 9.
Right? Omkar, how many you know? 500? Full Bhagavad Gita you know? Huh? Follow him, learn. But Bhagavan Brahma Kasneha, Dreed Anviksha Manishaya, Adyavasta Kutasto, Rati Atmanam Yatoguru. Lord Brahma's planet, there are 1 billion verses. 1 billion. How much? 1 billion means how many? Huh?
100 lakhs.
Huh?
100 crores.
100 crores. How many of you read Bhagavad Gita at least once? Right? Brahmaji studied all these literatures, 1 billion verses, 3 times. 3 times he studied. 1 billion, 100 crores. And then he came to the conclusion that Rati Atmanam Yatogore, that worshipping Krishna is the best process, which is most beneficial to all living entities. Right? So our people, they are very proud, right? Nowadays, students, if you ask them multiplication and all, they can't tell, right? But our generation, we are, in our mind we can calculate, right?
Phone numbers also no.
Yeah. Previously, we used to have the MTNL numbers. I used to remember so many numbers of members, life members. Now because of memory and all that, facility is there. So we hardly anybody's number I remember nowadays. Right? So it is such a shame. But previously, there are many people who, without calculator, they can't, nowadays, they can't operate it without calculator. But there is people used to have so much memory power that once one Telugu Brahmana, he was traveling from Rajamandri, Andhra Pradesh, to Delhi. So in between there are some group of people who are fighting in Hindi. So there was some fight going on, and then they reached Badshah, in Delhi. And then they went for justice. Then the king asked, do you have any witness? Then they said that Brahmana is there. Along he was traveling. Then they called for the Brahmana, and the king asked, whatever they say. The Brahmana said, I don't know their language, but they are speaking something in some language. I can repeat what they were speaking. You know? And then he recounted what he said. Like that, based on that was the kind of memory they had previously. Old people like that. So these kind of intelligent people existed, and they only can understand the secret behind all these incarnations, the tattva behind it. That is why I always say, in spiritual life, memory is very important. Right? So, we forget everything, People forget everything. They can't learn anything. How many times I tell people, but they simply, they can't remember. Why? Because
Poor memory. Poor memory.
not poor memory, interest is not there. Right? If you have interest, you can, just like all these CAs and all, they can remember, right, all the numbers. All these stock market people, they remember all the prices of the various stocks. Right? Is it not? So why? Because they have interest. So if you have interest, you can remember, memorize. So take it as a challenge, and every day try to memorize some verses and then repeat them like that. So, so in the scriptures, that is why, because we cannot actually remember all these incarnations, all these details. That is why only for you Kali Yuga people, take these 25 incarnations and remember them and their activities. Right? So why this Avatar Katha is there? Because Narada Muni says in first canto, 6th chapter, that Etadi Aturchitana Matra Sparshechayaya Muhu Bhavasindu Plava Drishto Haricharyana. Etadhi Aturchitana Matra Sparshechaya Muhu. Matra Sparshechaya Muhu means everybody, Etadhi Aturchitana means everybody's hearts are agitated always. Matra Chitana. Because desire for sense enjoyment. What is sense enjoyment? Sense enjoyment is contact of the senses with the sense objects. Matra, sparsha, right? When suppose you see the gulab jamun, you don't get satisfaction simply by seeing the gulab jamun, because gulab jamun is sense object for the tongue. So the gulab jamun has to come in contact with the tongue. Right? Then only you get sense gratification. Your senses are gratified. Like that filmy music is there. So in the cassettes are there, live. You won't get any satisfaction. But when you bring it in contact with your ears, then you get sense enjoyment. Like that touch, like that. In order to gratify your senses, you have to earn a lot of money. Right? Suppose you want to gratify your eyes by seeing very beautiful scenery.
Travel so many places.
Right? You have to go Nainital, Simla, Bangkok. Right? So further, then they have Europe packages. Then you have to spend a lot of money, right? Suppose you want to gratify your eyes by seeing some movie. Yeah, then you have to go to a theatre. Right? Then you have to pay some 500 rupees. How much is ticket? Huh? In our childhood, we used to go balcony. 5 rupees. 5 rupees balcony. Or 500 plus, I think it's compulsory to purchase popcorn.
No.
Not yet.
Huh?
But it's not the end thing not to purchase.
Yeah, you have to, right? Some samosa. You have to you will purchase interval samosa, some cool drink. Right? For everything you have to spend money, right? Suppose if you are alone, it is okay. But you just imagine 4 or 5 people of family. And you just can't leave them behind. So you have to go to movie. That means 3,000-4,000 rupees. Kuch bhi nahi. Right? One friend called, his friend. Hey, animal देखना है क्या? नहीं यार, बहुत expensive है. अरे छोड़ो ना, मन बना लो. Animal देखो. अरे animal ठीक है मैं देख. फिर बोला उसको फ्रेंड को भी लेके आओ क्या? क्योंकि आजकल कितने 600 वो लोग प्राइसेस बढ़ा दिया बोल रहे पीछे. यार फ्रेंड को भी लेके आया. तो लेके आया. अपना कॉलोनी में तक को दिखा रहा था. एनिमल एनिमल देखो. Matra sparshechayam. And the situation of a person, in Kali Yuga especially, that suppose a person is married to 5 women, 5 wives, then as soon as the man goes home, one wife is pulling his hands, come to my room. Another wife is pulling his legs, come to my room. Third wife is pulling his hair, come to my room. How will you feel? How will you feel? Like that. From one side, eyes are dragging you to watch movies. Another side, ears are dragging you to hear some music or something. Another side, tongue is dragging you to eat so many things. Right? Other side, the nose is dragging you for fragrances and all. Then the skin is dragging you for touch of a woman. Like that, a man is greatly agitated to satisfy his senses. एतद्धि बोलिए आतुरचित्तानां मात्रा स्पर्शेच्छयाम. भवसिन्धु प्लवो द्रष्टो हरिचर्यानु वर्णनम्. हरिचर्यानु वर्णनम्. Bhavasindhu means Samsara Sagar. Then what is the situation in Samsara Sagar? So, we are always tossed by the waves of the material ocean. Right? Has anybody experienced drowning in the ocean? You are tossed away by the ocean, tossed away by waters. It's very, very difficult situation. Right? So, what are the 6 waves of Bolu? Akash? What are the 6 waves of material existence?
Hunger,
thirst,
death, old age, lamentation, delusion.
आप जानते हैं? 6 आप जानते हैं? 6 we are in this ocean of material existence, and there are 6 waves of material existence. Right? As soon as we wake up in the morning, we feel thirsty, we feel hungry, and there is problem of death, old age, and then moha and shoka. Bhavasindhu Plavodrashto. So, in this ocean of material existence, Bhavasindhu, the ship, the boat is Haricharyanam. Right? Describe the activities of Krishna. So Narada Muni suggested that in order to overcome the anxiety, the intense desire for acquiring sense objects for gratification of the senses, so, in order to overcome the ocean of material existence, the best remedy is Haricharyanam. Describe the wonderful activities of Krishna. That is why this Bhagavatam is full of narration of Krishna's incarnations. Right? Now, first canto, we read activities of Krishna mostly. Right? The activities of Krishna includes the activities of the devotees. If you from 4th, 5th and 6th chapters, they narrate the activities of Narada Muni. You know why Narada Muni? Vijayaram Guru?
He is actually the first messenger of God. He's been spreading the message of God to the whole world, to the whole universe, I guess.
What is the meaning of Narada?
Who gives
Narayana. Narada. Right? So he is incarnation of bhakti. That is why his life story is first narrated in the first canto of Bhagavatam. After introduction of Bhagavatam, the next 4th and 5th, 6th chapters, narration of how Vyasamuni was dissatisfied, Narada Muni appears, and then Narada Muni tells his own story, and how he achieved perfection. Everything is narrated, especially 5th and 6th chapters of first canto. One should read thoroughly these 5th and 6th chapters, then you will understand science of Bhakti Yoga very nicely. Like that. So, then 7th chapter onwards, Krishna's pastimes. Right? 7th, Drona son is punished. Then 8th, Queen Kunti's prayers. Ninth, Bhishmadeva's prayers. 10th, Krishna leaves leaves Hastinapur. Very, very wonderful. 11th, Krishna enters Dwarka. All activities of Krishna. Then again Parishit Maharaj's story. Then Sukadeva Goswami, the speaker of Bhagavatam, appears. Then second canto onwards. Second canto Bhagavatam, mostly Purusha how the creation has taken place. Then third canto onwards, then the meditation on Krishna and all in second chapter, in second canto. So in third canto onwards, it starts. Incarnation of Bor, incarnation of Swayambhu Manu, and incarnation of Kapila Muni. The entire third canto Bhagavatam, Kapila Muni. Right? And in fourth canto Bhagavatam, so many incarnations. Right? Maharaj Prabhu, then Dhruv Maharaj, pastimes. Like that. Fifth canto again incarnation, Bharat Maharaj, then Rishabh Dev, so many, like sixth canto, seventh canto, all throughout Bhagavatam. Then again, Krishna, Parikshit Maharaj asked, you have mentioned about Krishna, but I want to know complete story of Krishna, dedicated. So that was actually aim of Vyasadeva. Right? To exclusively describe Krishna's pastimes. But he could not restrain himself from narrating Krishna's pastimes. So in the beginning itself, little bit he touched. But in the 10th canto, from birth to last pastimes, he elaborately narrated 90 chapters. Largest canto, I think. 10th canto. Largest canto. 90 chapters of all Krishna's activities. Right? In Islam they say God is not having form. God has no form. Right? So I asked one Muslim, if Allah has no form, then Allah रहम करेगा, Allah रहम करेगा. आपके ऊपर Allah रहम कैसा करेगा? अल्लाह देख रहा है. अल्लाह देख रहा है का मतलब आँख है? क्या? They have अल्लाह का लाठी बेआवाज होता है, ऐसा बोलते हैं. बोले
आवाज नहीं होता,
बेआवाज होता है. इसका मतलब हाथ है.
खुदा की लाठी का ऐसा मुहावरा है.
खुदा का लाठी,
खुदा की लाठी
जो भी अल्लाह है. बेआवाज होता है. इसका मतलब क्या है? इसका मतलब उसका हाथ में लाठी भी है. इसका मतलब हाथ है. They are confused. Right? So, Jesus Christ came. Jesus Christ said, my father. His disciples are so foolish, they didn't ask, who is your father? How does he look like? They should have asked, na? Who is your father? How does he look like? They didn't ask. So he never told. That's why he said, I have got so many things to tell you, but you cannot understand. So he didn't also tell about God, where does he stay, what is his place, how does that place, paradise, they keep saying, right? Paradise, paradise. Right? Even Muslims also they keep saying, huh?
Ur means one.
Hoor, huh?
Ur means one.
Where, once one terrorist, he got, they get training, they get training that if you kill kafirs, then you can enjoy with 72 hoors. So one Muslim, one terrorist, he tried to export himself or something in London. So London police are very strict and all, somehow he was not successful. He injured himself and then he ended up in the hospital. So he was seeing two white nurses, taking care of him. Then he thought they are hoor, So it took them half an hour to convince that they are not hoor, they are nurses. And then he is not in Jannah. Then he called his chief. He said, Chief, no, are serving me. जन्नत से अभी इधर तक सैटेलाइट कनेक्शन बनाया क्या? अभी कह रहे इंटरनेट कनेक्शन किधर लगा है? अरे तुमको हमको पकड़ा देगा तुम. So they are all misled, If you kill innocent people, you can enjoy with beautiful women. Right? They say, paradise, paradise. God is there. So what is that paradise? How does it look like? Right? They don't know. Then but in Vedas, in Puranas, there is a complete description of what is the paradise. Okay? And then what is God's planet? Everything completely described. Then how does God look like? Right? And then his activities. What are his activities? Oh, they were all shocked. Your God steals women's clothes. He married 60,000 wives. Right? Bhakti Marg Maharaj, he was giving some seminar. Some girls, they came and said, we like your God. Because he teases girls. The girls, they like to be teased, So they like, your God is very nice. He teases girls. Like that. So, Prabhupada says that we are all fond of reading about rich people, right? There are so many stories about Ambani, his building, Bill Gates, right? How many people know about it, right? Huh? How many buildings here? How many rooms here? Does anybody talk? But we all talk about? Huh? Ambani, rich people, right? So many people, they want to know what Aishwarya is doing, Aishwarya Rai is doing, Deepika Padukone is doing. Why? Because they are all beautiful people. Huh? Right? Beautiful. So many people, they know complete details of Sachin Tendulkar. Why? Because he is Virat Kohli, Sachin Tendulkar. Because they are famous. Right? They are very famous. So many people, they know about Albert Einstein, Niels Bohr, right? Mr. Jagdish Chandra Bose, Sir C.V. Raman, right? कितने लोग जानते हैं सुदर्शन मामा को, right? Right? But many people, they know about all this. Why? Because they are knowledgeable. So many people, they talk about Muhammad Ali. Yeah. Then Mike Tyson. Even though in our childhood there is a very famous karate fighter, Bruce Lee. You know him? You are not even born, right? At that time, but he is known, right? Why? Because he is known for strength, right? And then so many people now, they talk about Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. So why? Because they are renunciates. Right? कितना अच्छे हो गया, right? Beautiful, famous, rich, knowledge, famous, rich, strength, strong, rich, and then renunciation. There is this there is a very famous lady, Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe. She approached Bernard Shaw. You heard Bernard Shaw? Huh? Is it? Huh?
British
Writer. She liked it. She approached saying that let us get married. We can have a child with my beauty and with your intelligence. Bernard Shaw joked, if it becomes reverse, with my beauty and your intelligence. Right? What is the definition of Supreme Personality of Godhead? You heard this word? Huh? Before coming to ISKCON, did you any time hear this word? Omkar? Did you hear this word? Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right? Prabhupada coined this word. You won't find this in dictionary also. Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right? Supreme means once one person went to bookstore. Shopper stop पे bookstore रहता है. Bookstore रहता है ना क्या? Crossword के पास गया वो बोलता है he asked, can you give me a book how to control your wife? How to control your wife? And then he said, we don't sell fiction. Right? Like that, we are under the illusion that I am controlling something. Is it that? I am the controller, I am the controller. But Krishna is we have little bit potency to control. But we cannot, we are not actually controllers. But Krishna is the supreme controller. Personality means one who possesses 6 opulences. Right? What are the 6 opulences? Beauty, knowledge, strength, fame, health, and renunciation. Right? You can tell what is your name? Anjali. Bolo. Get up. What are the 6 opulences of Krishna?
Beauty, fame, knowledge, strength, renunciation.
हो गया? बोलो.
Beauty, fame, knowledge, strength, wisdom, fame, beauty, fame, knowledge, strength, fame,
Renunciation. Right? 6. Remember, somebody claims that I am God. You should check whether if he is full in all 6 opulences. You know, Sapna? What are the 6 opulences?
Beauty, knowledge, fame, strength, renunciation. One I missed. Beauty, fame, knowledge, strength, renunciation.
Knowledge?
Knowledge.
6 opulences. You got first time? What is your name?
Vyoma.
Vyoma. Remember? What are the 6 opulences? Somebody asked. What is definition of Bhagavan? Bhagavan means,
भगवान का डिफिनेशन तुलसीदास जी बताए हैं, बिन पद चले सुने बिन गाना, कर विधि कर्म करे बिन ज्ञाना, आनंद रहे सकल रोज होगी, बिन वाणी भक्ता बड़ जोगी. It means बिना वाणी के ही बहुत बड़ा भक्ता है. जो भगवान है वो कंसेप्शन में वही तुलसीदास जी ने बताया, रामायण में पढ़े. बिन पद चले, बिना पाँव के वो चलता है हर जगह. सुने बिन कान नहीं है, दुनिया का हर चीज वो सुनता है. कर भी निकल हाथ नहीं है, लेकिन दुनिया का हर काम वो करता है. हम लोग सब उसी के वंश है, वही करवाता है, सब करते हैं, उसी के स्थिति से चल रहे हैं. This is my opinion.
Yeah. So, we like each other. Right? There is something called, we all have personality. You don't, you we all have some personality. What is actually that personality? The personality means, we are somebody. What is the personality of Aishwarya Rai? Because she is very beautiful. Right? What is the personality of Sachin Tendulkar? He is very famous. Right? What is the personality? So why do we become attracted to Bill Gates, Ambani, Birla, and why? Because they are wealthy. We all have some wealth. We have some beauty. We have some renunciation. We have some strength. We have. But Krishna has all the 6 opulences in full. That is called personality. Godhead. Godhead means head of all gods. Shiva, Brahma, Narayana, Vishnu.
It is supreme.
Yeah. That is so. What is the definition of Supreme Personality of Godhead? Now you everybody remember? Huh? The word, whenever the word comes, right? Prabhupada keeps on writing. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bolo Sushil, now you tell what is the definition of Supreme Personality of Godhead?
Supreme. I forgot what you said for Supreme.
Control.
Supreme, yes, Supreme is like I am a small controller of my house, but
You
Krishna
think?
is the yes.
You think?
Yes, yes. I believe that I am the controller, but Krishna is the supreme controller.
Like, in the beginning, my wife, in the beginning of marriage,
All men's thinking.
all in the beginning of marriage, the wife is asking, Haji, खाना खाएंगे? पूछते क्या ऑप्शन है? पनीर मक्खन वाला, भिंडी मसाला, पूरी, नान, गुलाब जामुन, और 10 साल के बाद पूछती है खाना खाएगा? तो क्या ऑप्शन है? हाँ या ना? जो बनाए वो खाओ।
Krishna is the supreme controller.
Yeah.
And then personality, supreme personality. Personality means everybody has some kind of opulence within.
Opulences,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Some are famous, some have strength, and that way some are wealthy. But Krishna has all the 6 opulences in full.
Yeah.
And then Godhead means head of all the demigods.
Yeah. Now you understand the word Supreme Personality of हम लोग आए आज आई थिंक कुछ लोग डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन में जा रहे हैं so that is the definition of Supreme Personality of God. You understand, Anjali? First time you are here? Huh? No. Supreme Personality of God. Huh? Did you know before? What is Supreme Personality of God? Sonia?
Not as much as I did now.
Yeah. Such Supreme Personality of Godhead, He comes down and performs activities. Right? Such activities are transcendent. Now we see people are very attached. Suppose the son is born. उसका बारे में सोचते रहते हैं छोटे बच्चे के बारे में, ऐसा किया आजकल वीडियो निकालेगा और वीडियो एक्सचेंज करेगा, हंस रहा है, अरे मेरे को देख के हंसा है, पहली बार बाबा बोला, हाँ ऐसा आनंद से पुलकित हो जाता है उसका शरीर, बेटा ने बाबा बोला। सब वो पहले जब बच्चा पैदा होता है किसके ऊपर गया ले मम्मी के ऊपर गया, तो मम्मी बोलती है मेरे ऊपर गया, पापा बोलते हैं मेरे ऊपर गया। जब बड़ा होके बदमाश निकलता है जाने किसके ऊपर गए। Right? So, what benefit you will get? Giridhar Madhav? What benefit you will get describing your activities of children?
Nothing.
Nothing, right?
Waste
Huh?
of waste of time.
But you have proclivity to describe, right?
Yes.
Huh? You have proclivity to describe children's activities. That is why Krishna specific. Ramchandra did not perform any childhood pastimes. One or two pastimes are there, that's all. Childhood pastimes. Otherwise, direct Vidyabhyas, not much is there in childhood pastimes. But Krishna, there is a complete section up to around 20-25 chapters. Krishna's childhood activities. Right? Almost 20 chapters. Vedanta Desika. Bhagavatam, Sukadeva Goswami did not have much time. And he could not describe fully. So, there is one devotee, Vedanta Desika, he described very nicely past time, where Krishna is crawling and all. Then, he tried to walk. So, all the Devatas, they used to assemble in the sky to watch Krishna's pastimes, childhood pastimes. So, Mother Yashoda, with her, Krishna was trying to walk with the help of Mother Yashoda. Right? Mother Yashoda. Then Mother Yashoda, she would make him walk for some time. Then she would leave her hand. Then Krishna tried to walk. Then he fall down. Falls down. Then he starts crying. Then Mother Yashoda again picks him up. No, I'm here. Walk, walk. So she learned. She's trying to teach Krishna how to walk. How the demigods, what is this happening? He makes every whole world walk according to his instruction. Then Mother Yashoda is teaching him how to walk. So that is every, on the Vrindavan Champu, there is one devotee, Kavi Kannapura. Right? He wrote a book, Ananda Vrindavan Champu. So he wrote very small details, minute details of Krishna's childhood pastimes. How everything. So instead of trying to narrate, ये काफी छोड़ ही नहीं रहे, 1 महीना हो गया. Krishna activity, we should read very thoroughly Krishna's activities. And today morning, I was actually, I was unable to concentrate on chanting properly. Somehow, whatever, the chanting and all, we can do very nice chanting and whatever, only by Krishna's anugraha. When Krishna's anugraha is there, our mind is absorbed, thinking about Krishna. Then my mind was distracted. I was wondering what happened. Then I started remembering Krishna's childhood pastimes. Right? Then the whole thing became very blissful. Like that. I advise you read Krishna book. So many books are there. I gave so many lectures on Krishna's childhood pastimes. Right? So instead of thinking about your children, think about Krishna. Then your threefold miseries will disappear. If you think about your children's activities, your entanglement will increase. In this material world, where there is attachment, immediately lamentation appears. You agree, Vijayaram? Huh? You agree? The more you are attached, the more you will lament. But the more you are attached to Krishna's childhood pastimes, the more bliss you will experience. This you can try in your own lives. Right? Early in the morning you wake up, and then as soon as you get up in the morning, immediately say Hare Krishna and Shri Hari, and then you always you remember elephant, Gajendra, right? And fighting with crocodile. Elephant fighting with crocodile. And then he offers prayers. Then there is beautiful lake. And there is all that you remember. And then Krishna appears on the Garuda. Sitting on the Garuda with Shankar Chakra Gadadhar. Then Gajendra offers a lotus flower. So it is described that when Gajendra entered the pond, it's full of lotus flowers. Because of his strength and all, he destroyed the flowers. But somehow, by the will of the providence, one flower was left. Patra Pushpam Phalam Dvayam. So as soon as Krishna appeared, Gajendra somehow he composed himself. Then he forced himself to pick up a flower and offer Krishna. Right? And Krishna pulled it, touched it. Krishna touched Gajendra and pulled him out. And then with his Sudarshan Chakra, he killed a crocodile. Right? Every day you remember. As soon as you wake up, sit down and remember this pastime. Instead of your business engagements, what you have to eat, what is there in the breakfast. Right? Instead of that, you think of, every day you think about this pastime. Every day. Then, over a period of time, you will start feeling ecstasy. These children and all, after some time you are fed up. जब बच्चे छोटे होते हैं अच्छा लगता है, बाद में जब बड़े हो जाते हैं Right? Huh?
When they don't listen, then it is become.
Huh?
When they don't listen, it
Yeah,
is become.
you are fed up. अरे मेरे बच्चे मेरा बात नहीं सुनते हैं. Huh? Thankless job. Right? I know one person. He has some daughter and all, so he helped his daughter a lot. Son-in-law, damad, he tried to help them in purchasing the flat whenever they would get so much they gave. And during COVID, lot of relations got spoiled. So he wanted to, his son-in-law wanted to come, during COVID. He is living in some other city. So they told, don't come because it's not advisable. You may bring COVID and all. बस उसको इतना अहंकार है, पूरा रिलेशन कट कर दिया. Now he is not allowing his wife or his daughter to also speak to her father. So the father is crying. Arey, I helped her man, so much. Like that. Huh? Like that. ऐसा you feel let down, because a man works throughout his life, for betterment of children and all. But the children, they don't even look back. That's why Prabhupada said, accept Krishna as your son. Right? He will never let you down. Accept Krishna as your husband. He will never cheat you. Like that, So, Krishna performed all these activities, innumerable incarnations. Somebody is attracted to Lord Ramchandra's pastimes. Right? When Tulsidas went to have darshan of Krishna, he is carrying flute and all. He said, "Oh, where is your Dhanushman?" So he did not want to see Krishna in playing flute. He wanted to see Krishna in the Dhanushman. When Vilomangal Thakur, he went to have darshan of Ramchandra, he was not offering obeisances. Ramchandra asked him, "You are not offering obeisances? Leave your Dhanushman and catch Venu, then I will offer you." So Prabhupada says each devotee has a particular taste. Right? There in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes, Lord Chaitanya had one associate. His name was Murari Gupta. Right? He was a very great devotee of Lord Ramchandra. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was always narrating the glories of Krishna and his childhood pastimes and all. Then he was actually telling him, why didn't you worship Krishna? Why are you worshipping Ramchandra? Right? Then Murari Gupta, he was a staunch devotee of Lord Ramchandra. Then one day, next day, he came. He said, Mahaprabhu, he fell at the lotus feet of Lord Ramchandra, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then he said, please give me permission to leave my body. Mahaprabhu said, why? My dear Lord, my head is sold out to Ramchandra. I cannot give up. But you are my spiritual master. I cannot disobey your instructions. So I am very confused, so I want to leave my body. Then Mahaprabhu embraced him, that you are a true devotee of Ramchandra. So I am actually testing you. Right? You are equal to Hanuman, he said. Right? Murari Gupta means one who keeps Krishna in his heart secretly. Then Mahaprabhu said, Murari Gupta, anybody who blasphemes Murari Gupta, he is my enemy. Actually, my body, myself, everything is sold out to Murari Gupta. Murari Gupta has purchased. He owns me. Like that he was telling. So Murari Gupta is a devotee of Lord Ramchandra. Right? Like that Vallabha, there are some devotees of Varahadev, there are some devotees of Narsinghadev. Right? Pradyumnanand Brahmachari or something like that. He was a very great devotee of Lord Nishingadev. Once, he offered something to Lord Nishingadev. Mahaprabhu came and took something like that. Krishna came and took something like that. So he was very upset. What is food that is offered to Lord Nishingadev? You are all eating. So that is why he started offering plates separately. So that is why Mahaprabhu changed his name, Nrishingananda Brahmachari. Because he is a staunch devotee of Lord Nishingadev. Like that. So like that, various devotees have various likings. So one devotee, he says, Krishna's incarnation, Krishna, of course, Prabhupada writes in the purport, we should not say Krishna is an incarnation. Mahaprabhu is not an incarnation. Krishna is an avatari. He is the source of all incarnations. So, Mahaprabhu, he says that there are various forms of Krishna people like to remember. Krishna's, appearance is so special that some people they like to remember Krishna as a killer of Putana. Some people like to remember Krishna, Damodar. Some people they like to remember Krishna as Gopal. Some people they like to remember Krishna in the form where Brahmaji saw with curd rice in his hand. Then some devotees they like to remember Krishna lifting Govardhan. But ultimately, some devotees they like to remember Krishna playing flute and attracting the gopis. Right? Incarnation within incarnation, they say. Rupa within the Rupa. And then all these Rupas, like Gopal, Damodar, Giridhari, like that, Radha, Shyam Sundar, Ras Bihari, like that, various forms. And then every form has a mantra. Gopal mantra, every Rupa has a mantra, then yantra. Like that. So, all these pastimes, especially Brahma Vimohan Leela is there, right? Brahma Vimohan Leela, there is Rupa of this Krishna. Naumidyate apravapaseta vidambaraya Gunjavatam Saparpichla Sanmukhaya Vanyas Raje Kavalvetra Vishanave Lakshma Shriye Mudupade Vishmangajaya. Right? So that is the form where Brahmaji saw Krishna standing with a 5-year-old boy. One hand he was having curd rice and pickle in his hand. The curd rice is dropping from the fingers. Then he's wearing peacock feather, like that. And then he was standing very innocently searching for the cows and the calves. That's how Brahmaji saw Krishna. That is Gopal, that is Krishna, like that. So for that Rupa, there is a mantra and there is a yantra. Like that. So every form has, so like that Prabhupada said, we should do research about Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's forms, and meditate on them. Right? So Haricharyan Varnanam, there are so much descriptions are there. Why? Because we have a proclivity to describe the activities of mundane people. Then Krishna is saying, no, no, don't waste your time. Don't think about all. Huh? I always tell all of you brothers, all the time you are thinking about your business, your children, right? Especially a fallen grasta is always attached to his wife and children. Always lamenting, Mohandakar. Andasya me hritviveka mahadanasya chauribihi prabhavo balibihi indriya namadeyasya mohanda kupakuhura vinipatitasya devesham dehi rupanasya karavalambam. Maharaj Krishna is praying that, my dear Lord, andasya me, because of blindness, ignorance, I have lost my greatest wealth. What is our greatest wealth? Viveka, intelligence. I have lost my greatest wealth, that is my intelligence, because of ignorance. Then what happens? These Chauribihi, there are these thieves are there. Who are those thieves? My senses. Indriya Namadeyasya. They are very, very powerful. And then they have stolen my intelligence. Because of that, Mohanda, I fell into this very deep, dark well of ignorance. That Kupa Kuhara, I fell into this deep, dark well of ignorance that I am suffering. Oh, my dear Lord, oh Devesha Deva, please give me your hand and take me out of this blind well of material existence. Please pray. So, our attachments, to the wife and children, wealth, properties, bank balance, all of them, they steal our intelligence.